Welcome to the PharmaVOICE 100 one-on-one video series with Taryn Groen.
Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for joining us for the PharmaVOICE 100 Celebration Marathon.
Great to be with you, Taryn.
Thank you for joining us from Florida. It looks nice down there today.
It is nice and steamy.
Julie, you have placed hundreds, if not thousands of candidates in senior level C-suite roles. Without giving away the secret sauce, what are companies looking for beyond the table stakes in terms of qualifications?
Well, I know that this term has been used an awful lot, but in a nutshell, it's leadership, but it's a different kind of leadership. So in the world that we're living in today with digitalization and innovation, the way that leadership has evolved is really quite extraordinary. So in any assignment, in any search that we work on, in any company that we talk to, it's about how do people lead not only today, but for the future. And leadership today is very different than it was years ago. Years ago, you had a leader who said, this is what we're doing, this is what our strategy is, this is how we're going to implement. Now go and do it. Today, it's a collaboration. And I know, again, that word sounds a little bit overused, but today, it's all about passion for leadership. If you're not somebody who's really passionate about people, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. And then there's the element of, skill changes and all the different things that are coming into the workforce make it very challenging for people who are sort of, I'll call the old leadership style. I think if we look at the pandemic as an example, I mean, how do you lead through something like this? I don't think anybody has a manual for this, and nobody has really been given that opportunity. So how do you keep your people engaged? How do you inspire them? How do you keep them motivated in a pandemic that nobody's ever seen for 100 years? So I would tell you that on any assignment, on any search that we talk to our clients, the first thing they talk about is leadership, because they understand that the skills are what they are. And they're always willing to look at the fact that there are people on the team that may have certain skills that a leader may not have, but if they have extraordinary leadership skills and the way to bring people along with them as opposed to, leading them from the top only, that's a very good, definition of what I think companies are looking for today.
Thank you. That's excellent insights. I also know you're a passionate advocate for advancing women. Why is this such an important cause for you?
I think as a child, I was always told I could do anything I wanted to do. And so I grew up, I think, a little bit secure in understanding what my value was. But I don't think that every woman has had that opportunity. And so I felt it was my sense of obligation, I'll call it to the sisterhood, to make sure that I was mentoring and I was helping people come along to find what their value was. And if you think about it, it's, as I've gotten more secure in my own right, it's made it that much easier for me to be able to help other women realize that they can have it all and they can do it all. I was a single mom. I raised my son since he was 3 years old. I started a business. I made a lot of mistakes along the way, but that was okay because I learned from that. And I think women think they are so hard on themselves. They feel like they need to be perfect, and that's not the case. So if you think of organizations for women, they're out there in every sector you can think of, but we don't look at that from a men's perspective. Why is that? Because men were always challenged to do what they were told to do, and women never really had that opportunity. A lot of them haven't. In the now generations that are coming up, we see it differently, but I would call it in my generation, women weren't always told that they could do everything, and I felt that really strong need to try to impart that wisdom and that help to bring other women along with me, because we all need to be successful. If one is, and we all are, we're more successful as a nation, as a country, as a world. And it's not male or female, it's just as a community.
Julie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your advice, and thank you so much for your insights, and thank you for being with us.
Well, it was my pleasure, Taryn. Looking forward to a great 24-hour marathon. Good luck, and thanks for all you do for our industry and bringing great leaders together.
Thank you.
For more PharmaVOICE 100 content, visit www.pharmavoice100.com.